welcome to Price Coding. In this video, we'll be discussing variables in JavaScript and the differences between the let, const, and var keywords. If you are new to programming or just starting out with JavaScript, this is an important concept to understand. I'll guide you through the fundamental principles of variables and provide you with useful tips on when to use each keyword. Okay, let's get started and see what we can come up with. So to get started, let's first of all talk about what is the variable. In JavaScript, a variable is a container that stores a value. You can think of it as a variable of a labeled box in which you can store a value such as a number or string. To create a variable, you can use the var, let, or const keywords. We're going to talk about all of these differences later on in the video, but for now, just to be clarified with the syntax, let's type here var a, for example, and then we're going to put a semicolon. We're going to create another variable called let. We're going to say let y, another semicolon, and this third variable is going to be const. So we're going to say const z, just like that. Now, these declarations create three variables, right? A, y, and z. But they don't have any values yet. They just been declared here, and we just have three different boxes with the names. So we got a box A, box Y, and box Z. To assign a value to those three variables, we can use assignment operator. And for the beginners, it's a little bit confusing that equal sign means assignment, not equation. So when I say var a equals 10, number 10 to be specific, and do like this, it doesn't mean that a equals 10. It means that a is 10. So now this variable a is 10, is number 10. And we can go ahead and assign the value for a second variable, and let's just say that it's going to be a string hello, right? And let's do for this guy as well, we're going to say another number. Let's make like a float number or something. So let's do like 15.8. All right. So now we got three variables, three boxes with three different values. A is assigned a value of 10. So A is 10, Y is hello, and Z is 15.8. So now, whenever I type in console.log, and by the way, console is an object and log is a method, but we're not gonna get to it too quickly. If I'll say console log A, I will get value in the console whenever this this code loads, I will get the code will run like this. It's gonna look at the A, it's gonna look what's the value assigned to it, which is 10. It's gonna call this method on this object, and in a console we'll get a value of, you guessed it, 10. That's how we're calling this variable in this code. We're just telling the computer, hey, show me in the console variable A, and variable A is 10. And we can do the same thing for all two other variables. We're gonna say, and I got a shortcut for the console.log. So whenever I type command L 2 times, it will automatically do that. You can adjust it in your JSON package for your VS Code or whatever text editor you're using. So moving along, let's do console Y, and what we're gonna see in the console now. Now we're gonna see two values, 10 and string hello, right? Let's do the third one. Console.log, let's do Z. And now we'll have 10, hello, 15.8. 15.8, right? You get the idea. Moving along. So the next thing we're going to talk about, what are the differences between those three, right? It's clear that they spell differently, but why do we have to spell them differently? So var is the version that was introduced in the early version of JavaScript. When you declare variable using var keyword, the variable is available within the current scope. Either the whole script or the current function. And this is something to be mindful of. The good rule of thumb is to use let and const. And the best rule is to use const always. If you don't want to change, if that variable is not gonna be reassigned. What I mean by reassigned is it won't change the value later. So var and let is similar, very much. The only differences between var and let is that this one was early on in JavaScript, and let and const came along in 2015. And the difference between let and var are that one important thing to note about var is that it is subject to hoisting, which means that the variable is available throughout the entire script, even before it's declared. So let's say the computer is going to load a code right now. Before it loads the code, it knows that we got a var and it can be accessible anywhere in the script. What does that mean is that you can make an error. Imagine your code is thousands and thousands lines long, and you got one, just single one keyword, var a equals 10. And this 10 is going to be used in mathematical equation or something like that. Well, if you just accidentally do like this, and it's going to be, just one, you have to go through entire script to find where you made that bug, where that bug is located, where you made that mistake. You have to go through entire script. That's why we get let. So what let is going to do is the keyword that was introduced in ES6, which is ECMAScript 6 version of JavaScript, and is similar to var, that it declares a variable within the current scope. However, that's the main point of just creating this different 3 letters right here and declaring it, in a different way. That's the main point. Let is not subject to hoisting, which means that the variable is only available after it has been declared. So it's only going to be available after I say let g equals 67. So that's the only way it's going to be available. This is a structure. This is like something that you're going to use every day. Okay. Let's see what else is with let keyword. In addition to not being subject to hoisting, let also has block level scope, which means that the variable is only available within the block in which it is declared. This can be useful for creating variables that are only needed within a specific block of code. All right, moving along. Third variable. It's called const. Const z equals whatever. In our case, it's 15.8, which is a float number. So, what is the const? Const, the main difference between this and those two, and this, I would say, is that const cannot be reassigned. You can do like this. You can do y equals like something like, let's say, banana, right? And when I type y right now, what are we gonna get? You guessed it. Banana. Same thing with a var keyword. If I'll say a equals 78, what are we gonna get if we console log a? We're gonna get 78. So those two can be reassigned. You can say hello and reassign it to banana, no problem. But if I will do z equals apple, what we're gonna get here? You guessed it. It's gonna be an error because const cannot be reassigned. You cannot say const z equals 15.8 and then reassign it to Apple. This box, to say it differently, is locked. This is a locked box that you cannot access unless you change it to let. Okay? So that's basically covers what I wanted to talk about. What's the differences, what's the main differences between let, const, and var keywords. Like I said, these two, you use them all the time. The only way and reason not to use them is if you want to make some kind of application that runs on very old browsers and maybe devices or wherever your web application is gonna go to. That's the only case you want to use var keyword. Other than that, let is something that can be changed. So y is hello, y is banana, the equation is banana, so the output is banana. Z is apple. No. Why? Because Z is const. So this one is going to give you type error. If I believe assignment to a constant variable, you'll see something like this in your console log if you try to run it. So this is a locked box. This is something that can be changed. This is not advisable to use, but there are some cases where you want to use this one, and you have to use this one. To summarize everything we just learned, what is the variable? Variable is the labeled box, like your Amazon box with a package. It has a label on it. So this is the label. This is the label. This is a label. And this is a label. And the label says, here's my name. My name is Z. My name is Y. My name is A. And here's what I got inside. I got 10, hello, banana, and 15.8. And we can't do this, so we're gonna get rid of that. That's pretty much it. I wanted to cover this in this video. If you got any questions, just leave me a comment below and I'll do my best to answer all questions that you have. But if you're just starting out, just stick around and consider subscribing to this channel, because I'm planning to release many more educational videos on these topics for complete beginners, and we're gonna move forward and grow together, So thank you for watching and have a great day.